have been on some major shoots. Got Brad Pitt coming up this week, Thursday, Friday. It's going to be intense shoot. I'm already getting a lot of, talking back and forth on the Brad Pitt thing. Because he's working on a motorcycle. Can't really tell you anything more, but he's working on a motorcycle, and that's one of his scenes. And I'm working with them on making sure that there can be communication between him and the director, who's Damien Chazelle, by the way. Oops. Damien Chazelle. You guys know who he is? You know who he is? Yeah? Yeah? Let me check the chat. The email. You probably got a million emails from me. info@friendsandfilm.com. If you've had a million emails from me, email that one and I will get it. Block out your personal information or I won't be able to review it. Yeah, Damien Chazelle, Oscar award-winning director of La La Land. Did First Man. Ryan Gosling was on that one. He's just hot. He has done a lot. He's really cool. He's really nice. But he hires these ADs, these first assistant directors, that are kind of assholes. Like, I think it's good guy, bad guy. Like, Damien is so sweet. And then he's got this AD that's just like kind of a jerk. And this one, on this particular one, I'm like, oh, great. Because I know this AD. Won't say his name. Don't like him very much. He's not my least favorite AD, but my second least favorite AD. And the reason is because he's so condescending to people on set. Everybody, every single department. He's been condescending to me, to everybody, the DP, just everybody. So he was brought up wrong. Yeah. And so these people are out there. So I don't love to work with him, but I'll work with him because I'm a professional. And we professionals work with all sorts of people. We work with directors that were not brought up right? So, I mean, it's just life. You work with them for 2 days, you get the job done. You don't take anything personally, and you just expect him to talk to you in a condescending way, like as if you should already know that, like you're not doing your job, but you are. It's just the way that he was brought up. Unfortunately, we'll see if he's different. Maybe he's different. People are not always stuck in time, so we'll see. Maybe he's going to be awesome. It's possible. Probably not. Maybe it will be, though. He might be on his best behavior. We'll see. Yeah. info@friendsandfilm.com, just to give you that email, because I don't know if I answered that or not. Okay, let's see. I'm going to show you this. Why is my thing so wobbly? Oh, I've got to put more sandbags on it. Hold on. Let me see if I can put sandbags on this thing. I don't like wobbly table. Want to interact with you? Okay. Shall we do should we do emails first? Or should we do this first? What do you guys vote? Vote for board first? Resumes first? Alexander's like, I don't care. Dan doesn't care. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see. Board, but not board. Board. Okay. Board, starting with board first. It's going to be great for you, Dan. You're an actor. Yes. So, actors are starting with, directors are starting with, everybody's starting with what they want to do in the business. I understand. That's what we're trained for. That's what we want to do. And we're trying to get professionals to hire us as that actor, as that director, as a costume designer, as a sound mixer, as an editor, as a voiceover artist, aren't we? Yes, we are. Okay. And we need to have, in order to work professionally, we need to have an agent manager if we're an actor to get to the big TV shows, to get to the feature films, which is the stuff that you want to do. Okay, we got to have that. We got to have production companies know us if we're a director, don't we? Professional production companies. And we need to have hundreds of relationships with people who hire you. So I have hundreds of relationships with people that hire me that I've developed over the years, and you will develop over the years as well, right? And that's why I'm working with Brad Pitt. That's why I just got off this job yesterday, 3-day job, which kicked my ass, but it was good. Made a lot of money. Sent them a huge invoice. Yeah, I think I made, in 3 days, let's see, maybe $9,000, maybe $10,000. It was a lot. That's a lot of money for 3 days. Yeah. So this is the kind of money that you can make in the industry. The reason why I love to tell you this is because I want you to see examples of success. You're so much surrounded by people that are not working the business, other struggling actors, other struggling filmmakers. That's more your world. And I want you to start to see the professional world and the wealth that you can build in it. I remember when I started, I was like, I just wanted to see people like living in mansions, living in great houses. I wanted to see examples of success. And some people that I reach out to that I would meet were living in tiny little apartments after doing this for 10 years. And I'm like, what's wrong? What's going on here? Where's the disconnect? Are they not good? Does the business not pay? You know, is this dream that I have not possible? And then I would meet some people, and it was funny because the people that weren't doing well were more open and welcome to have me come meet them. The people that were doing really well, they're just don't really have time. And you're going to find this to be the case. So this is why you need to get on these professional sets so that you can get access to these top people, because they are the gold. So I am a top person. I can say that because I am. I work all the time. I control a lot in the film industry as far as people calling me being overbooked, and me sending work to other people. So I am what you'd call like a linchpin, but I created that. I've developed that. And this is really the value that I have to teach you, is how to become that kind of person. Because all the best jobs, all the best money, all the best everything, the best life comes from when you are super in demand in the film industry. This is the value of what I teach. I'm at the top of the professional film industry because of what I've done. It didn't just happen. You know, a lot of people that started in the industry at the time that I did, okay, doing documentaries, doing entertainment news, doing behind the scenes, making $400 a day, they're still doing those jobs. In fact, Joe's sister, who I got into the business, Joe's my husband, I got his sister Marla into the business. She's still doing those jobs. Why? Why is she still doing these jobs and I'm making like $2,000 to $3,000 per day at the top of the film industry doing commercial work? Not dissing her, but she chose to stay in those lower level jobs. Why? She's actually in demand for those lower level jobs, but the difference is it's identity. It's her belief that she could do it. It's her not wanting to go for it and get into those bigger jobs that could pay, that have so much more responsibility. She didn't want to do that, didn't want to take that on, so she stayed in a smaller world, which is fine, but she makes $100,000 a year. I'd rather make $350,000, $400,000 per year. So it's up to you. You can do, but this is a game, and I'm going to tell you that I will teach you to go for the big stuff, to think that way, because that will give you an amazing life. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of knowing that you gave it your all. You were your all. You went for it all. And you will get to those levels with that thinking. There's no way that you cannot go to these high levels with that thinking. Because are you ever going to give up? Are you ever going to stop learning? Are you ever going to stop meeting people? Will you outwork other people? Yes? I'm looking for hands. Yes. Will you outdo other people? Yes. Will you outdo them, outwork them, outlearn them? Yes. Good. Good. That's all you need to know. Because it will take time. I mean, what you want to get into is a word of mouth business. It's going to take time. And you're up for that game. You're up for the long haul, aren't you? Yeah? Not that it's going to be a long haul, hard thing. It's going to be a freaking amazing journey. My first year when I got into business, I was traveling around, seeing amazing things. They're flying me around, working on big movies. I mean, I'm making $400 a day. It's not a sucky life. I'm working with great people. It's not where I would end up, but it's where I was starting. It's amazing. So it's going to be amazing. But when you approach it as somebody that's really going somewhere, there's certain kinds of conversations that are happening when you're on these sets. There's a certain kind of identity that you're putting out there that has people seeing you a certain way so that you line up with getting these opportunities. See, a lot of us want to have the big stuff when we don't have the goods yet. We don't have that identity yet. We don't exert that kind of feeling where people are like, oh yeah, I could see you in that feature film right now. You're not giving off that energy yet because you haven't lived it yet and you haven't thought about it yet to develop that part of you yet. But you can, you will. Awareness is huge. So think about it. Agents and managers, what do they need to see? They need to see you on shoots as a principal actor. They need to see you hustling. We're talking to actors now. They need to see you on shoots last week and the week before and shoots coming up. And they need to see training on your resume. You've been training with some of the people that they know. Not John Casablancas. I'm talking people that people in the industry train with and have those people on your resume. The training is the easy part. You just simply sign up for a course and you go and put it on your resume. That is so freaking easy. Where do you find out who to go to for the training that the agents and managers respect? Working actors. Working actors on set, they know. They're the ones that are working. We got to listen to those, not your friends who are all trying to get in the business. Only working people, only professionals do you listen to get everything going, to find out all the best people, the best places, what to do. Okay, so where do you get your training? Ask the working actors. They will tell you. But that's the easy part. The harder part is how do you get these shoots going on your resume? So you got a resume filled with shoots that you're a principal actor in and have stuff that you've been doing for the last year, even with COVID. You could have been doing it. Even with COVID, our people were working. Our Instagram page is full. Our success story page is full. People had the best year ever last year during COVID. And so many people sat on their asses last year thinking that there's nothing I can do. We're in lockdown. Film industry wasn't in lockdown. Only for a couple months. After that, it was open and we were gangbusters. And I was telling people all year last year, it's gangbusters. Now, the reason why I tell you that is if you're making excuses in your head that, oh, I can't do this right now. It's not the right time. I'll wait until I get my vaccine. You're making fucking excuses. And that's going to keep you from the great life. This is what you want. It will keep you from the great life. If you were making excuses last year, there's a warning sign, okay? Because other people that started last year, by now, they're working for Netflix. They're out there working for Marvel Films. They're working for CNN. They had the guts to do it last year. So you're competing with these people. Yeah. But you're here, and so many people are not here. I'm talking about on this call. You're here. Some people not here. They're just like, oh, I just want it to happen for me. I just need to get an agent manager. They'll do it for me. See, let them think that. Let you actually know how to get an agent manager and how to get production companies knowing your name and knowing you personally and loving you. How to get hundreds of relationships so that you get the call for Brad Pitt or other people. The great stuff, the money stuff that gives you a great life. This is a great life. You can see I have a pretty great life here and I'm working all the time. You can get to this. This is not that hard. It's just an awareness thing. Make sense? Okay. Okay, good. All right. So we're trying to do these things. We're trying to get the companies to pay attention to us. We're trying to get the agent manager to pay attention to us. But we got no shoots to refer to. They're like, okay, send me your stuff. Maybe we'll have a meeting. You send them their stuff and you got no shoots on it. They're like, sorry, but come back later when you got some shoots. And you're like, but what should I do? How do I get the shoots without your help sending me the stuff so I can actually get on it? Exactly. That's a problem everybody has. So you're going to keep that problem forever? Or are you going to solve that problem now? Let's solve that problem now. Yeah, because you can. If you can crack this code, look, you've done what millions of people can't do. They just are like, I don't have an agent. But you will be like, I'm cracking this code. I'm going to get that fucking agent. I'm going to get that production company. I'm going to get those hundreds of relationships. Well, where does it start with? It starts with creating a base of people that know you and love you. Let me tell you how this all lines up, okay? The base is connections. The industry runs on connections. You got to have them. You got to have a lot of them, not just one. If you only have one, they'll hire you for a while, then they'll start shooting in Prague, and then you're done. And then nobody knows you. And it's really hard to get new connections when you're a couple years down the road and you're like, now I need to have new connections as an actor, as a director, as an editor. You're starting from scratch. It's really hard. So much easier to build your base doing production assistant work. Production assistant work on professional sets, man, that is the place. You're going to see how all of this lines up beautifully to get you that agent, manager, production companies, and thousands of relationships. Hundreds to thousands. I have thousands. You will have that. If you do it this way, you will have that. You will not have a career that peters away after a couple years. Oh, that happens to so many people. Are you kidding me? So many people that are so good, that have done all the training, have the film school degrees, just wanted it so bad, are nice people, and it peters away. That's because they don't have this to start off with. They do not have the base. And therefore, they can only reach out, but they can only reach out cold. And when you reach out cold, they don't know you and feel a connection to you. So they keep hiring the other people that they've been hiring. And even though they're like, oh, this person's nice, they don't know you. You're just a name. They keep hiring the other people that they have. So you got to have a base. And how do you get that base? Well, on every single film set, you can do it. Every single set, they've got like 10 production assistants and director assistants and producer assistant and casting director assistants. This whole section on a call sheet. So this is just one shoot. And you can get on it as a production assistant. Guess what? You're meeting everybody here. You're meeting everybody here, the director, the producer. But that's not just one person. This is just one day, one shoot. The next day, you get a different call sheet, different producer, different director, different production company, different actors that you can talk to, different production assistants that you can talk to. Hey, these guys are your friends too. Because guess what? These guys are moving up to be producers and directors soon. ADs, DPs, yes, including yourself. Actors, actors section's right here. Everybody's moving up. Hopefully, not everybody, but hopefully people are moving up. So every single shoot, you've got like 10 jobs you can get. That means that there are a lot of production assistant jobs out there. That's very good news. Oh my gosh, that means that there's plenty of work. Got to know how to get it. That's going to be this section here. And I'm going to teach that to you too. But this is the key. $200 a day, production assistant work that also gets you these key jobs that have you working in the departments, like casting director assistant, awesome for actors. Producer's assistant, awesome for actors, awesome for directors. Director assistant, awesome for DPs, for writers, for editors, for producers, and actors. Why not? Become more. Expand your mind just beyond your class to, I want to learn the business. I want to learn it all. I want to really understand this so I can talk to people and have an intelligent conversation. That's going to be important. Most actors can't do that. Most actors can only talk about acting classes and the coaches with other actors. They got nothing in common with the director or the producer or the DP. They kind of understand lighting maybe a little bit from their home, from their home setup. But set stuff, that's a foreign land. I only get on set if I'm doing background or if I get a co-star role every once in a while. We got to change this. If you want a great life, you got to change that. Here's the key. Get on sets as a production assistant on professional shoots. That means that they're paying on these professional shoots. How do we do it? Well, first of all, you prepare with a 20 shoot system, which is what I will teach you in work study. And then you got shoots, 20 shoots. 20 shoots is plenty. Instead of having a resume with nothing on it, you got shoots on it. Exactly what these people need to see. and what these people need to see in order to hire you. The professional shoots need to see that you are on shoots, that you're not asking for help, that you're doing it yourself. You're getting your own experience. The people on these professional shoots, in order to hire you as a production assistant, need to see that you're on shoots, doing it, learning. And you did it. You're not asking for help. Nobody wants to help you, but they want to help you when you've helped yourself. Okay, then you'll have shoots for your resume. You'll have shoots for your email. You'll be able to talk about, oh, I had a shoot last week and I just worked for these guys. It was really cool. We did a music video about this. I have this shoot coming up next week. Oh, you seem like a go-getter. Oh, you seem like you're really out there doing stuff. Yeah, I'd love to hire you. Easy. But most people don't get this going. Most people don't. And then the second most important thing it does is it gives you confidence. Don't underestimate the power of confidence. It's that identity thing I'm talking about. Yes, it comes from your identity. So imagine the identity that you will build because you're on shoots all the time. You helped out with camera. You did second camera. You did a voiceover. Maybe you acted in a stunt. You also helped with art department. You helped with set dressing. I'm helpful. I know what to do. Yeah, it was lower budget freebie work, because that's a 20 shoot system is a lower budget freebie work. Yes, but that's what we're using so that we have shoots for the professional sets. And by the way, we want it to be the lower budget we want it to be the lower budget work because you're going to make mistakes. And you want to make the mistakes when it doesn't cost you anything. So that's perfect. Plus, the people that are here doing the freebie shoots, they're all learning. So you're learning too. Perfect. We'll use that stuff. That's awesome. But the main thing is to have these shoots so that you can talk about and you can have stuff on your resume that shows, hey, you're one of the good ones. And then you'll get hired on this stuff. Fast. That means you move with certainty on set. You know what needs to be done. You see something, oh, they could probably use my help. You might ask them, hey, would you like a sandbag for that? Do you need a C-stand? Can I get this for you? Should we set up a tent now? It looks like it might be starting to rain. Thinking, anticipation. How many of you guys have heard the word anticipation is so important on set? Before I started, I had no idea. I'm like, oh, people just need to like me. No, I need to learn how to do my job really well and anticipate what's happening on set so I am Johnny on the spot. That's what's going to get me hired. When I started, I made the mistake of trying to suck up to people. I'd be a little flirtatious with people. That's not good. Nobody wants to hire somebody like that. That was one of the mistakes I made when I started. Because you just don't know when you want it so bad and you're like, you just don't know. Where, I'm telling you right off the bat, we're going to start with training you guys properly on these 20 shoots so that you come across and you understand and you just get it. You get it. So you become fast, you anticipate what's needed. Now this gets you on professional shoots. Okay, so at this point, you might be acting in some stuff, you're helping with camera, you're doing set dressing, you're getting a resume, you know how to write emails, you know how to respond to text, you're starting to get pulled into the professional world now as a production assistant making $200 a day. Okay, got it? So how's this gonna help you now? Now it gets exciting, guys. Now it's getting really exciting, okay? Now what's happening is you start to identify yourself on these professional sets as an actor, as a director, as a costume designer, as a sound mixer. How do you do it? You just go around and say, hey, actually, I'm an actor. You don't have to do that. You wear some acting paraphernalia on set. Oh, acting class, acting conservatory. So you got it, don't you? If you don't have it, go buy some stuff. It doesn't matter what it is. Don't do John Casablancas, but do any other like acting conservatory. People don't know. Just wear the acting t-shirt, wear the acting hat. Don't do both, one or the other. And not every single day. It's like, okay, you're not a billboard. And then why do you do that? To open up conversations with people. So they're like, oh, wow, you're actually an actor. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, so what have you been doing? What have you been working on? Do you know your type? What's been happening? It's awesome. Okay, the shoot I was just on the last 3 days, one of the production assistants is an actor. And he's like, hey, Janet, guess what just happened? I was wearing an acting t-shirt and I talked to the production supervisor and he's getting me into an audition. He asked for my headshot and everything. I'm like, that's awesome. That is so good. He's like, yep. It comes from being on professional sets and having people identify you. They already love you when you're working on these sets as a production assistant. See, people hire you for two reasons. They hire you because they like you. And what we say in the industry is love you. I love Janet. I love her. They use the word love a lot. Because there's a lot of, look, we're together for 12 hours a day. We get really connected to each other. So as a production assistant, you will get people connected to you. Oh, I love Marin. I love Luz. Okay? I love you. I love that person. Just love working with them. Okay? And the first reason why they hire you is they like you. Second reason is they think you can do the job. So we got to develop that, don't we? Now we know all these people because we're on shoots all the time. Guys, if you're on shoot every single week, you're meeting a lot of people because every shoot, you're meeting a lot of people. I mean, this is like 50 people. This is a small call sheet. This is a small shoot. So in a month, you can have 400 connections from your shoot. In a month, you can have 400 connections from like 5 or 6 or 7 shoots every single week. How do you get on these shoots? As a production assistant. Yes, of course. That's how you're meeting all these people. And they love you. Now we got to get them to see you as now you can do the job. So how can we do that? Well, they start to identify you as an actor, director, etc. You plant the seed, okay? Next thing is you hit up your professional friends. Guess what? At this point, when you're on these professional shoots, you got professional friends. You got professional friends. Who are the professional friends? People you're working with. So other production assistants. Yeah, some very, very smart people there that are directing stuff on the weekends. DPs. Yep, they're doing stuff on the weekends. Assistant camera people. Moving up to DPs. They're doing stuff on the weekends because they need to become a DP. They need to be shooting. They're doing stuff on the weekends. Who else? ADs. First assistant directors. They're moving up to being directors, some of them. You don't know who it is on set. It could be anybody. You've got art department guys that are writers. You got directors, a lot of directors, you got a lot of writers. So these people on set that are professionals are the ones that you're connecting with. They identify you as that. Now you work with these guys. And what do you do with them? You get on shoots and you act. You get on shoots and you direct. You get on shoots and you write. Maybe you do a social for them. Maybe you do second camera. Maybe you do something that's a promotional piece adding on to their thing. This is like thinking out of the box from where you're at today. But when you get in the professional world, you're going to see it because you're around the stuff that's got money on it. And your whole career has got to be on the stuff that's got money on it because that's what's professional. That's how you'll make a living doing this. You got to learn and learn inside that professional environment, which is why this is so genius and so necessary. So now you're on shoots every weekend with professional friends doing shorts, doing music videos. Why are they doing these shoots? To move up themselves, but they're already working and they're already connected. They can not only can they get you on their shoots that they're doing to move up, but they can get you on other paid professional shoots so that you can expand your connection so that you meet even more people that you can do shorts and music videos with as an actor and a director and a costume designer and a sound mixer, whatever it is that you want to do. Is it clear? I don't think I've ever said it so well. So I'm excited that I'm telling you guys it like this. This makes me very happy. Because this is all happening. But to say it in a way that it's like, okay, I totally get it now. All right. So this is how you're building credits, aren't you? Yeah. You're building stuff that you needed for the agent, that you need for the production company. You needed this for making the relationships, for getting momentum. All right, what else do you do? What else do you do? Oh, training. Now, this is mainly for the actors, but also for editors and DPs. So you want to have training on your resume, training that you're talking about. Acting resume must be training with the people that the agents and the managers know. They got to know them. If they don't, then it's going to mean nothing to them. So you can't read the minds of which people the agency managers think are relevant. So who should you ask? The working actors. Easy. Now, if you're on a TV show or feature film, don't ask the working actors that kind of question. It's very important that you know how to get this information. You can burn bridges if you come across as wanting too much or trying to pick people's brains on set. There are a lot of landmines on set, and it can get you to be blacklisted and not ever hired again, and a never again call list. You have to be careful, especially on TV shows, because those things are like a factory with actors that think that they're getting famous, so therefore they get a little bit uppity. But TV shows, really, be careful on those. Commercials are perfect, though. That's what I work on. Commercials are perfect. You know why? Because as working actors come in, like this weekend, the 3-day job, they come in, they do their thing, and they're like so happy to be there, and they're happy to talk to everybody because they're not like on a TV series yet. They want to be, or they might have been on one, but now they're on a commercial. It's a different environment. They will tell you everything on commercials. That's strategy, guys. And you would only know this if you've been doing this for like 25 years as I have. So that is a hot tip. And you can work on commercials, you can work on TV shows, you can work on feature films, all as a production assistant, and meet all those people. And that should be part of your plan. So you find out what training you should go to by talking to the working actors in your area on commercials, or whatever shoot that you're on that you can feel it if you can ask and talk to these guys and figure stuff out. You'll know. You'll definitely know. All right? Now you have training. That's the easy part. You just pay and go to those classes, put them on your resume. That's the easy part. And then the agent managers go, oh, wow, they're training with all the right people. That helps you tremendously. Next thing, recognizable people, recognizable shoots on your resume that you can refer to. Huge! Even if you're just working in production, having MTV, Netflix, big shows that these people know about, it's huge because you're doing it. You know people. It's very relevant. And it shows that you're out there working and people find value in your work. Must have recognizable people, ADs that people know, producers that people know, directors that people know, shows that people know. You can do this. Now, remember, what's going to get you on that stuff? 20 shoot system. This is going to get you prepared to get on these professional shoots. And before you know it, you're going to have MTV. Before you know it, you're going to have all these producers, all these directors. I mean, it's going to happen so fast. Every week, different one, different one, different one. Maybe in a week, like this week, I just finished the 3-day shoot. Okay, that whole team. And now I start the Brad Pitt shoot, a whole new team. 2 big shoots in a week. You can have 2 big shoots or even 3 big shoots, maybe 1-day shoots. So it'll build so fast. But this is so important because people need to trust you. They need to see that you're working with people that they know, and then they're going to trust you. See how important that is? Okay, all right. A whole nother ballgame, whole nother ballgame. Body of work. Okay, now you're working with people. Now you're working with people on these professional shoots that everybody knows. Everybody knows them. You're starting to work on the weekends. You're building credits. You're getting stuff that you need for your resume as an actor, as a director. Okay, you're also going to, while you're on these professional shoots, you're going to be building professional credits. Professional credits. Now, how's that going to happen? That's when you're on a shoot, and the people that you're working with a certain department, they put you in the show. They gave you a tiny little role, but they know you're an actor because you've been wearing actor on your hat, actor on your t-shirt. Everybody knows you that way. You work with them on the weekends. They would just put you in. Why do they do that? Because friends help out friends, don't they? We're all friends here. We all work together. We all care about each other. Yes, so professional credits is going to happen. Not every single shoot. So don't expect it to be not every single shoot because that would be non-get it factor and you will burn bridges if you're trying to say, hey, can you help me out? Can you put me in? Can you give me this? Can you give me this? That's all about you and you're sucking energy away from the production. Can't do that. That's get it factor. So there's very specific ways of doing this to make it work, but you can do it. And it works so good. So now you got professional credits. Oh my God, you got IMDb credit. That's awesome. And then what else you have is you go and you do independent films. You do shorts that are coming from these people. Whoop. Okay, this is what we talked about. But now you got a body of work with that professional work that you're doing with your film friends. Might be for free, might be for $100 a day, whatever it is, it does not matter. It's to build what you need in order to have these guys have the confidence in you that you can do the job. Have the resume, have the training, have the people, the names, the production companies all behind you, and then they will hire you all the frickin' time. And you've made it, but you've only just begun. Because when you start here, now you just keep growing as an actor, keep growing as a director, keep growing in the areas that you want to be and meeting more and more and more and more and more people. Then all these people, once you're over here, they just start passing your name all over the place. This person's great to work with. You'd love them. I've got somebody for you. You need somebody next week? This is happening for me right now. I've got too many people. I'm passing work around. I'm very carefully negotiating, getting my people in on jobs. I've been doing this for a long time, and I've been taking care of a lot of people. I don't just send work, hey, call this person. I set it all up like a linchpin. It's very good, and this is what high-level people do. You keep control of jobs as best you can while taking care of people. It's art. It's an artful way. But you don't understand this right now, probably, but you will. I will teach it to you. Because we are freelance in the film industry. We're all freelance. So, that means what we have to be very good at is have all these people think that we're awesome and think that we can do the job and call us all the time for shoots. And the shoots are happening. They're out there. It's going crazy with shoots all over the world. You're not going to know about the shoots, though, because they're all top secret. The professional stuff is secret. You will not know about the shoot I just finished last weekend. You won't know about this Brad Pitt shoot. You don't know about my shoot next week and the one the week after. Nobody knows because it's top secret. Same thing for TV shows, same thing for features. You're not going to know about it. So if you think nothing's happening, you're not in that circle yet. You will be. How are you going to get in that circle? As a production assistant. Okay. Questions? Give me questions. Here's a good one from Janice. Can you put PA work on your acting resume? No. You need acting work on your acting resume. How should you get the acting work? Exactly what I'm talking about right here. First, prepare yourself to get these shoots. Get on them as a production assistant. Hit up your professional friends now, new professional friends. They're all going to be new, but that's okay. And get what you need to convince agents and managers and producers and directors to hire you. They're not going to hire somebody with nothing on their resume. They're not going to say, oh yeah, I'm a production assistant, but I really want to be an actor. You know how common that is? Oh yeah, I'm an actor, but I don't have any recent work. You know how common that is? You're not ready for us. Come back when you got shoots. And then you're like, how can I get the shoots? I don't know. That's your problem. It's your career. Don't ask us. We just know when you're ready. And when are you ready? When you got shoots. As a principal actor, as a director, as a DP. That's when you're ready and you got the training. Make sense? So you got to fill it up for them. Fill it up for them. How long will it take? Maybe 6 months? Maybe a year? That's nothing. A year is nothing. That'll go so damn fast. And in a year, you can be making $100 grand a year. And you can have hundreds and maybe even thousands of connections. And you can have worked on major stuff and have been on maybe 20, 30 shoots, lower budget stuff, but you're filling up your resume. The agent says, the manager says, send it over. And you're like, absolutely, you send it over. And it's got a bunch of shoots on there, and it's got training on there, and you can say, yeah, I work with this person, I'm working with them next week, I'm working in production on that one, but I know all these people. They're going to be like, good job. Good job. Yeah, we'd like to have a meeting with you. Come on in. We think that you're a hustler. You can make us money. It's all about a business. It's business. Business, you got to know that people are going to do a good job, not embarrass you so that you lose work. They're going to make you money. Agents, managers got to know you're going to make the money. You got to give them signs of that all over the place, right? It all starts with the 20 shoot system. How does it start here? You got to get good so that you can get hired, first of all. You know how many people have MFAs, film school, NYU, LA Film School, and they can't get any jobs. They cannot get this going. Why? They're reaching out to somebody, hey, I just graduated. Can you get me in? Can you get me an internship? That's so lame. Can you help me? Lame. What is not lame is you getting on shoots yourself and you building your own experience on freebie shoots. I'll show you how to do it, the 20 shoot system. But that's only the beginning. Please know. There's two main things, two main huge hurdles that keep people, there are two main huge hurdles that keep people out of the business forever. The first one is just getting started. They don't have this to be able to even get started. Okay, that's the first one. And that's serious because it's just so prevalent. How many film school students are working at banks, working for the government? I'm talking like 98%, a huge majority with $100,000 in debt that cannot get production assistant jobs on professional sets. They can't get started. Therefore, in order to pay back their debt, they got to go to work for the government or waiter or whatever it is. Oh, that's a big problem. That sucks for a lot of those people. And I feel bad for you. For them, feel bad for you if that's been your situation. However, if you're here, you can fix it. You can solve it because you're learning the money-making way to do it. The real way to do it. The only way to do it. I don't see any other way to do it. There's no other way that you can get professional credits, professional work coming in to get this thing going without getting on sets and building it. At least doing it fast, This is like a year-long thing, maybe 6-month thing. That's nothing. People have been trying for 10 years, 20 years, and they never make it. So the first hurdle is just getting people to hire you as a production assistant. And 98% of film school students can't do that. The second hurdle is, okay, you got hired as a production assistant. You got people that know you and love you. But you can't get hired as an actor. You can't get hired as a writer. You can't get hired as a director. That's because you don't have this information and you don't know how to do it. You can only people only see you as a production assistant, and you only see yourself as a production assistant. But you'd like to be an actor. You'd like to direct someday. You keep working on your screenplay. Do you know how many production assistants out there that are like that? They are stuck in the second huge hurdle that many people don't ever get over, and they get stuck as a production assistant for 7 to 10 years, and then they leave the business, all disillusioned. You've probably run across some of these people. That's because they did not start right from the very beginning. They did not start right with doing these things here, identifying yourself as an actor, director, whatever it is you want to do, doing shoots all the time with professionals to build that resume, having a plan. It's like, I'm fucking doing this. And then getting the proper training that you find out all answers are found on set. And then finally working with recognizable people in shows and using that to have people have confidence in you so that they start hiring you for your brand. So 2 big hurdles are, what are they? Not even able to get started, get stuck as a PA, and don't know how to turn it into anything else. And the longer that you wait, the harder it gets. That's for everything. The longer you wait, the harder it gets. All right, let's see what questions we have. Okay, how do I work for you as a PA? Okay, just by asking that question shows that you need this. So you don't work for me as a PA. I don't hire PAs. You work for hundreds of companies that hire you as a PA. So you need to learn, first of all, the 20 shoot system. Start with the 20 shoot source system, which I will teach you in work study, and then you can start getting hired on paid professional jobs as a PA because it prepares you for that work. You can't just get hired as a PA. Anybody can get hired one day as a job as a PA, but getting hired consistently, shoot after shoot, and getting people passing your name around, that's what you got to make happen. And that's going to take something. That's what I'm teaching you with 20 shoots. And then I'm also teaching you, once you get on these professional sets, how to make that happen. People seeing you as good and passing your name around. Make sense? So you're asking the wrong question. How do I get hired as a PA? This is how I just explained how you get hired as a PA is you get the experience, the shoots, the emails, the confidence, the speed. Now you're good and people will start hiring you. How do you get on the shoots initially, the 20 shoot system? Maybe that's a question. I'm going to teach that. I need to teach this to you over time inside work study. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Somebody said, I've done all these steps. I've done most of these steps, but nothing's really working for me. Well, you haven't lived this with my guidance. Something you're missing? Yep. You're counting too much maybe on one shoot. Like one, and I thought that was going to get me something. You can't count too much on one shoot. That's the problem. When you don't have enough going on, and you're contacting the people that you've been working with, maybe, you got some professional contacts, but you run out of them. What more can I say now? You run out of stuff to say, run out of angles. Exactly. So you need to get a lot of people coming, a lot of shoots always happening, a lot to talk about all the time. Then you're seen as a go-getter and people will start hiring you on these professional shoots. And then again, you got to work it again because you're on the shoots. You're going to use them now to now be able to get your body of work so that you can start getting hired for what you really want to do. None of this is hard. It's not even really scary. It's just like super freaking fun. But people don't do this because they don't know. But now you do. Now, could you just do this without my help? Well, now that you've seen this, you could try, but it'll probably take you 10 years. I would rather just follow exactly what I've already laid out for you step by step and do exactly what I'm telling you to do every single day. And it'll happen so fast because if it takes you 10 years, you've just missed $1 million of income that you could have made because if you do what I'm telling you to do, you're going to be making $3,000 a month, maybe by month 3, month 4, month 5, $3,000 a month. Yeah, because that's just working part-time. $3,000 a month, $200 a day. $200 a day as a production assistant. Doing 15 days a month is $3,000 a month. Okay, so then I'm teaching you to do what you need to be doing to get jobs for your brand. Well, as your brand, you're making $650 for 12. Okay, times 10 days a month, times 15 days in a month, that's part-time. That's $9,000 a month. So you want to learn how to do it right. You want to learn how to do that fast. That's money. What's it costing you not to do this now? What's it cost you to try to figure it out on your own? My first couple years, guys, I didn't go this fast. My first couple years, because I didn't have this. I didn't even know any of this stuff. So I'm bombing out. I'm getting blacklisted with some people. I'm like going slow. I'm messing up. I'm doing some things right though. Okay. And we all are. You're all doing stuff right. But this is genius. And I will teach this to you. And I have to live this with you because there's a lot for you to know. Just this right here when I work with you on this. Oh, there's a lot to know to set yourself up to get on these shoots. Once you start getting on these shoots, holy shit, now this is opportunity time. And you want to make sure that I'm with you, helping you on this stuff. Because every single time, you make a bad impression, that's it for that person. And it doesn't come back. It's for life. Impressions are for life, even when you're just starting. Because they're like, what kind of person are you? What kind of decision? We send an email, for instance, starting off with all about you in the very beginning, turn off people, or there's some misspelled words, you're done with that person. You're like, yeah, but I was in a hurry. Yeah, I was driving. Yeah, I was using voice recognition system. It seems like it should be okay. It seems like they're my friends or that it's all right. No, they've lost the trust in you in the way that you're operating. It's got to be pristine. The reason why I'm working with Brad Pitt is it's pristine. Every single email I'm spending a lot of time on so that I am thinking about the people that I am working for to make it easy, to make it clear, to make them feel confidence in me. Every single time. 25 years later, I'm still doing that. You got to learn how to do that. This is big game now. The most important game of your life. You want to learn how to do it right if it's important to you. I would not stumble through this. You won't be able to do this without me showing you how to do this. Because this is my system. I've been doing this for 10 years, by the way. I've been teaching Friends in Film for 10 years. So I'm not like hey, great idea to do something on the internet. I want to make some money on the internet. I've been doing this for a long time. And that's why I have so many case studies and success stories. People, by the way, that you will meet in the mastermind, on our calls, at my parties. They're here. And they stay connected with us for life, and they hire other A-listers because they know what kind of program this is. They know how they've been thinking from me teaching them. I can trust that person, and they will hire you because you are a Friends in Film A-lister. That's awesome. People have moved up. They're producers, production supervisors, they're coordinators, they're DPs now. Okay, let me see the other questions. Do you go to school to get into film? No. You can do that if you want to, but nobody gives a shit. They don't care if you went to school. They're not even looking at your resume. Now, I know this conflicts with what I just said, but the fact is that people are not hiring you based on looking at your resume. Not really. They're hiring you from you getting your name passed along. For somebody saying this person's great, you might want to hire them, and then they hire you. Then you got that shot, you better impress. You got to know when you get on these professional sets, that you are going to impress people and get your name passed around. That's also what I will teach you. So, film school, see, nobody has time to look at resumes because do you want to do extra work? When you hear like a really great contractor, do you just call them up and say, hey, I'd like a meeting with you? Exactly. It's the same thing. You hear a really great professor that you sign up for that course. So it's the same thing in the film industry. We don't have time. We got millions of details to get together for that shoot. So therefore, that's why film school doesn't help you. And in fact, it can hurt you. Now, what do I mean by that? It can hurt you because so many film school students come out of film school wanting to be a director. They get on professional sets one way or another. Remember, anybody can get on a shoot, as a PA one time. That's not the point. The point is to be able to turn it into a career where you actually get hired for what you want to do. So many film school students can get on a set, but then they're like, well, I really want to direct. I really don't want to help out. I really don't want to learn production. It's all about me, 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 me. And therefore, they don't get hired again. And they get blacklisted. And people have bad taste in their mouths for other people that have been like that prior to you, that have come out to NYU feeling entitled, and therefore they're knocked down, they're not hired, and therefore when you come in, you're like, I went to NYU, they're like, oh, really? Give me somebody that's been working. I'm not so interested in that again. It's true. How many of you guys have worked with other film school students and a little bit of entitlement stuff happening? Nobody in the front row? I have worked with people that have gone to film school on set, and some of them are awesome. And if you're awesome, you're awesome. Okay? I mean, I'm relating with them as a person, not their freaking, like, I'm not even talking. Who wants to talk about degrees? We're professionals now. There's no need to talk about degrees. We're working. We're professionals. We don't want to talk about film school. Are you kidding me? That's like baby stuff. This professional world now. Okay, I think I talked about where can I find shoots. You're going to learn it with me through the 20 shoot system, through work study, and I'm going to hold your hand and help you do it. I'm 19. What's the best possible way to start acting with little experience? You got it right here. Okay. How can I crank my career into overdrive? You got it right here. Where do I find a freebie? I will teach that to you in the 20 shoot system. Do we need to have a work visa related to entertainment industry? If you are not able to legally work, you have to work that stuff out. I can't answer visa questions since I'm not the government, but you got to get yourself in the position so that you can work. And you have to look at that stuff yourself. I can help you. I've got a work visa training, but you know, that's going to be, you're going to have to get the work visa so that you can legally work so that people can give you a paycheck. When does your work study begin? Oh, now. I'm going to play for you something very soon so that you can know what it does for you and how you can join it if you want to. How do you keep going when there may be more no than yes? Oh, great question. Okay, right now there's more no than yes, but it's all going to change with the proper training that I'm going to give you that you're going to live. Right now you're out there, you might be sending emails, you're not getting responses, you're sending your email, not getting anything going, you're hearing a lot of no's, you're not doing it right. And what you're saying is not what they want to hear. Obviously, it's not working. This is going to work because this is set up from somebody that did it, that's been teaching it for 10 years, and I've been doing this for 25 years. Right now, I make $240 a day, congratulations, at an ad agency. Okay, good. That seems low for an ad agency. You must have a beginner position. How long would it take to make $300 a day starting with freebie shoots? Freebie shoots don't pay $300 a day. Freebie shoots pay nothing per day, maybe 50 bucks a day. But you need them. So here we have somebody that's working at an ad agency that wants to transition over into production. The ad agency work is going to help you because it's given you an understanding of production from the agency side. That's good. It's going to help you, but it's not like people in production are going to go, oh yeah, you're so qualified, come over and we'll pay you $300 a day. You still have to build production experience. You don't know what you're doing at all from a production standpoint. So you got to learn it. That's fine. So start with 20 shoots, get on a bunch of shoots for free on the weekends while you do your ad agency work during the week. Like everybody else here. It's just a job. The agency job is just a job like everybody else here has a job. Don't we? We all have to work for a living. And we might have flexible schedules, but usually we're working a good 40 hours a week, probably. And then we have to fit in the film industry and transition over into it. So, like everybody that has come before you, everybody that will come after you, you'll be getting on shoots with the 20 shoot system on the weekends so that you get shoots under your belt, freebie shoots, so that you are qualified now and have the confidence and the abilities and the skills to now get hired as a production assistant on professional shoots. Yeah, you can get a job as a production assistant without the skills, but then you're not going to get your name passed around and it's just going to peter away. And in fact, you'll get on some do not call lists because you didn't impress them. So you got to know what you're doing. That's why this part is so important. So don't think you can skip it. In fact, you can't get going without this, in my opinion. You have to get shoots going. You have to get that confidence going. You got to get that identity going. Okay? All right. Want to make money. Everybody wants to make money, of course. Ooh, I just want to get rich in the film industry. Everybody in the world. It'll solve my problems. It'll make people respect me. I'll finally be happy. All right, I get it. It's coming from pain. But do you want to learn the skills that make you valuable on set? Do you want to learn how to quiet down inside yourself so that you can have intelligent conversations and be present with people? Do you want to understand what's going on set so that you can just be like butter to work with? Do you? Do you want to learn those skills? Those are skills. Those are abilities. That's knowledge. If you want to learn that, you're my person. If you just want to make the money and get famous, you're not my person. And you're going to be finding a lot of no's because nobody wants to work with somebody like that, wants it all, but doesn't want to invest in themselves and in their knowledge and their abilities and their understandings. And the main thing is that that those people don't get it. In order to be paid money, you got to be able to have something of value that you give to people. And it's not about me trying to blaze the way in my career. It's about understanding the productions that are constantly happening and how you can add value to those and support other people and support their careers. So it's a different way of thinking than you've been thinking, than most of us have been thinking, than I was thinking too in the future, by the way. So don't feel like, oh, Janet knows it all, and we don't. When I started, I was way below you guys in my understanding. So that's what I can say about that. Okay. It's a process, and you'll live it. How do we find the best acting class for people who are just starting and it's not a scam? Actually, I told you that as well. The best way to find the acting class is to ask the working actors when you're on professional sets. All answers are found on set. If you are trying to build your career not from being on film sets, it's just not going to happen. All answers are found on set. You're not going to meet the right people. You're not going to learn and build the skills and abilities that you need to learn. You're not going to find out what the right training is. You're not going to, everything is coming from shoots. You being on shoots so that you can prove to people that you have the skills and you're great to work with. It's all answers are found on set. That's why you have to start here. Starting here, but then starting there. Okay. I remember you, Najib. I remember you. I was like, okay. But I'm glad that you're back. So, cool. Maron, when you mentioned training with other actors, can I contact with these other actors on set? Or no. Okay, good question, Maron. Nothing happens cold. Your ways of trying to make stuff happen now is contacting people cold. Contacting actors cold, contacting directors and producers, IMDb, direct messaging, LinkedIn. They don't know you. You are fucking up. Okay, I'm just saying that in a very strong terms so that you won't do it anymore. Do you like it when people contact you cold? No. Everything that's happening here in this system is happening from you working with people. They're seeing your smiling face. They're connecting with you. They're working together. You got to work together. And then the world goes to those people. And let all the other people that are trying to contact people cold and try to get in the business, let them do that. You know better now. Make sense? Other people will burn bridges, contact people wrong, fuck up, try to get in cold. That's the majority of people out there. But you know better now. Should I go to Carnegie Mellon for acting, or should I go to the city and try to get Pace University, try to get in my door? I'm 17. Great question. 17? You can't do this program yet. Unless you are an extraordinary 17, and then you could start doing the 20 shoot system and start this process. You're a little bit young. I would say all the best training you got to find out about on set. So without this program, without getting on sets and asking these questions, well, I don't know. I only know my program. I know this program. I know this way. I know the way that works. When you're trying to do it the traditional way and not do this, then I can't help you. I don't work with the traditional way. The traditional way doesn't really work, which is reaching out to people cold. auditioning, try to somehow reach out. You know the traditional way very well. Everybody here's been doing it. I don't know that way, and I'm not going to give advice for that way because it doesn't really work. And it's not your fault that you've been taught that. It's been the schools and the acting schools and the people around you. You just didn't know. But now I just explained to you, and I think you can see very clearly, this is the biggest thing right here. The base, the professional work, everything's happening on set. You got to meet these people. You got to get the names on your resume. You got to get the shows on your resume. Then you got to make the connections with people to build your body of work so that you can build your brand. You're trying to do this, acting and management, agents and managers not knowing you, having no shoots, no training. Can't just have training without shoots. How does that look? Yeah, anybody can spend money on training. That's the easy part. The shoots and the connections and the shows, that's the hard part. Start this and then you have that part handled and then you can get there. Great question. Okay, work study begins now when you join us. Will there be some group for beginners that came up with the idea through COVID? Will there be one group for beginners? I don't understand that question, no, I don't understand that question. What are your thoughts on Staff Me Up? Oh, it's fine. In minor markets like Detroit, there can be some jobs. Okay, some jobs where they're looking for somebody. Staff Me Up is really only good if you're in a minor market and they don't know anybody. They're coming into your city to shoot and they don't know anybody. So they will put an ad in Staff Me Up and then hire a production assistant that way. But you're looking at a tiny number because the whole business is people hiring other people. They're not putting ads out there because why would they do that? They already know what they're surrounded by tons of good people. They can get referrals all the time. The only time is that they use Staff Me Up is if they're in a city, they're coming to fly into a city to shoot there and they don't know any production assistants. They don't know anybody. So now they're like, okay, let's just see. So they'll put it out there and then they're probably going to hire somebody that they hear word of mouth and not go with anybody that submitted from Staff Me Up. And that would be like the 0.00001% of the massive film industry. Professional jobs are not posted. Okay? We don't post. We hire everybody else that we know. You have to understand this. If you want to become a professional, you have to get into this world where people are referring you all the time. As a production assistant, they're referring you. In all the shoots that you're going to be on, not one of them will be posted, not the professional shoots. Okay? Make sense? Has it match your experience so far? Okay. And most people are looking for professional, not beginners. Exactly. I mean, when you say most people, most professionals are looking for other professionals, not beginners. Oh, right. That's the whole point. Exactly. These guys and these professional shoots are not looking for beginners. That's why I need the 20 shoot system. Yeah.